Hey everybody, what's up? It's Joel, aka The Daily Guru, and it's time for another edition of Something Old, Something New. Today for Something Old, we're not going too far back, only 2009, but it's an absolute instant classic. It's Masshysteri and their fantastic record, Var Del Av Stan. Now chances are you've never heard of Masshysteri. I will take care of that right now. They went largely unsigned for most of their career. They've already broken up. They're one of the best bands ever to come out of Sweden. This album kicks ass. I'll admit it. I wouldn't have known about it if I wasn't in Stockholm a couple years ago. I went to one of my favorite record stores on the planet, Pet Sounds Records in Stockholm, and I asked them, I said, I want some local music. I want some local music that rocks, that's awesome, that's got energy. They handed me this record. It has rarely been far from me since. The music across the record is amazingly unique. It goes from punk to rockabilly to psychedelic to in-your-face DIY to hardcore to garage rock. It is so fantastic. These guys pull influence from everyone from Chuck Berry to Black Flag. It all works together perfectly. This is a great record for any rock and roll fan. There's even a strong presence of surf rock that runs throughout the whole thing. Some of the tones, some of the twang, just some of the riffs that they play are very reminiscent of Dick Dale, and it makes the record even better. But if there's one thing Masshysteri has in full, it's attitude. These guys have all the attitude you could want, but it's perfectly balanced. It never goes overboard, it never becomes pretentious, it's outright fun. Whether they're blending together genres, whether they're blending together instruments, or whether they're blending together their voices, this is one of the best albums I've ever heard. It transcends international boundaries because even if you don't know what they're singing, because it's all in Swedish, it doesn't matter because you can get the emotions, you can get the sentiments on every single song. Whether it's the flawless musicianship, the authentic energy, or the amazing amount of attitude they bring to every single song, Var Del Av Stan is one of my favorite records of the last decade and perhaps of all time. Go out, find it on the internet, pick up a copy of Masshysteri's Var Del Av Stan, thank me later. All right, everybody, for something new, we've got an album that came out earlier this year. It is absolutely amazing. It's Thurston Moore's Demolished Thoughts. Now, everybody knows Thurston Moore from Sonic Youth. He's one of the key factors in underground music of the last couple decades. He is one of the best musicians on the planet, and this only adds to the legend that he is. Demolished Thoughts is one of the most beautiful set of songs he's ever put out, and it's not that surprising because the production on this album was handled by Beck Hansen. You can really hear Beck's influence all across it. It's very similar in tone and in feel to Beck's Sea Change record. That's a very, very good thing in this case because Thurston Moore sounds as free, relaxed, and as truly humble as he ever has. But actually, Beck also shows what an amazing producer he is because in a lot of cases, it's the small touches, the little sound effects, the way that he makes it echo here and there that really makes this album go from good to great. Throughout the album, it's clear that this is as consistently mellow and organic as Thurston Moore has ever sounded. It's a great introduction of the absolute genius that he is to new fans, and it's also an amazing addition to people who have loved him for years and years. It's the balance and intensity that runs throughout the record that makes it so great. Whether it's the soft, almost winding harps working around his voice and guitar, or there's nothing but his voice and guitar, the songs work perfectly together, they completely captivate you, and they're absolutely beautiful. It's also in some of these contrasting moments of tone and intensity where you can hear the connections to Sonic Youth, and in a lot of ways, these songs would have fit into the Sonic Youth catalog, but they might actually be a bit too fragile to work perfectly in that setting. So whether you own the entire Sonic Youth catalog, or you've never even heard of Thurston Moore, this is a record you absolutely have to own. Thurston Moore's Demolished Thoughts is a 100% buy it. So that's what I got for you guys today. I hope you dug it. If you did, go ahead and subscribe, go ahead and comment, go ahead and like it. Do what you want. I'll check it out. If you want to email me, you can go ahead and do that at thedailyguru@gmail.com, or you can go ahead and check out my blog every single day where I write about the greatest songs ever written at thedailyguru.net, and we'll see you again next week.